Hello, everybody. Welcome to Reality Derby. I am Marcus James Dixon.
I am Denton Davidson, and today we've got the Big Brother evicted house guest, Zae. So a fun interview with Zae, hearing about his short-lived time in the house.
Yeah, what was it, 10 days or something?
10 days, 1 week on TV.
Wah, wah. We're also going to be talking about week 2 in the Big Brother house. Who won head of household? Who won veto? So that means, yes, we will be spoiling you because we watch the live feeds. So we know what's kind of happening when you won't know until Wednesday night. All right, so here is Zae, and we'll see you on the other side.
Zae, it's the morning after. How does it feel now to be the first evictee from Big Brother 27?
Obviously, it's not a great feeling. Nobody goes into Big Brother house wanting to get 17th place. And so it's not a great feeling, to be the first evicted and to kind of be thrown out of the house so early on. But, I'm trying to have a positive outlook. The way I'm looking at it is I wasn't 17th out of 17, but I was 17th out of tens of thousands of applicants, because I'm really grateful that I even got the opportunity to step foot in the house for 1 week, even though I wanted to be in there a little bit longer than 1 week.
I mean, even though you were only there for a week, you did get some nice highlights in there.
Good.
Yeah,
I'm glad. I do.
I mean, the confrontation with Rachel, why did you two clash in that house?
Yeah, I think it's because I was obviously on the block with her biggest ally. And, I wasn't, I think a lot of people in the house, because they were fans of the show, they knew Rachel and they loved Rachel. As she stepped in foot of the house, everyone's like, oh my gosh, it's Rachel, it's Rachel, it's Rachel. And, it was a big thing for everybody in the house. I haven't watched enough for the show. I had no idea who she was. And so I think because of that, I wasn't like a fanboying over her. I just looked at her as another player. But if anything, I looked at her as more of a threat that I wanted to get out because people were scared of her. People were so scared to make moves against her. They said, I don't want to be on the wrong side of the vote of Rachel. And I don't know why. I think that's strategically a dumb move to, view someone as such a threat when they haven't done anything in this game, just because they've done things in past games. And so, I wasn't scared to stand up to her and, take shots if I had the opportunity.
I mean, she did warn you, if you come for the queen, you will get beheaded. That's a line circulating. So in retrospect, I mean, here you are. So do you think you did maybe go a little too hard for her?
I don't think so. I think, I think my fate was pretty much already determined at that point. By the time she told me that, it was literally the night before eviction. And, I already knew that I was on the chopping block for sure if I didn't win the blockbuster competition. But I do think that if I would have lasted in that game a little bit longer, I think I would have given her a run for her money. I do think that I could have, I would have put her up. I do think I would have, been able to rally a lot of votes. And I do think, there's a decent chance I would have been able to get her out of the game. But obviously, it was perfect time for her to say that, the night before I get evicted, and she probably already has the votes. But I don't think that it was a bad strategic move coming after her that early, because I think as a physical player, if I'm sitting on the block week 1, people look at me as a threat, and I'm probably going home, if I'm sitting on that block. And so what I was trying to do, my strategy with it is to try and make her look like a bigger threat. And if people know Amy's working with Rachel's a bigger threat than me, hopefully they keep me in to utilize me to be the guy that targets Rachel, because everyone else is too scared to do it. And so that was kind of the strategy I was going in, the mindset I was going in with, is that, if I can kind of take the pressure off of me looking like the threat, then put it onto Rachel, then maybe I can stay this game a little bit longer.
I mean, you've only been in the house for a week, and when you were evicted, Zach's already bawling. What is it about this house that brings people so close together so quickly?
I mean, we weren't doing much else than, bonding. Like, it's not like we're sitting there on our phones. It's not like we're sitting there going grocery shopping. Like, we are sitting there talking to each other, building relationships, basically 24 hours a day, except when we're sleeping. And so, we did grow relationships really, really fast. I feel like I was in that house for months. I feel like I've known those people that were in that house for a long time, not just 10 days. And so Zach and I had a special connection. I think we were the two closest in the house out of anybody. We kind of had a little bromance. And I love Zach a ton. I think it will change his game a lot. And I think he is going to be missing a piece without me in that house. And I'll be missing a piece leaving the house without him.
When you left, like, who at this point in the game do you think is sitting pretty? Like, who do you think has the advantage right now?
I think that in this game, I think that Morgan is in a great spot right now. She's laying low, but I know she's really smart. She's very strategic. She's a good athlete. She's a good competitor. And so, but I don't think she's viewed as a threat. But if anything, I think she's one of the players that's probably the biggest threats in the game that no one is seeing as a threat right now. She's laying low. She's playing her cards right. She's playing honest so people trust her. But I think she knows when to make moves, and she's very calculated.
What is it like being in there? Cameras on you 24/7. Everything you do and say is being analyzed. Are you prepared for the comments, good and bad, when you walk out of here?
I think I'm prepared for the comments. Honestly, I take things with a grain of salt, so I don't think it'll bother me too much. That's just kind of how I've always been. But it kind of felt, I don't know, it didn't even almost feel real that I was being recorded 24/7. Like you kind of forget you have the mic on, you don't see the cameras, really, and so and so it's I don't know, it just kind of felt like I was just living life in there. It felt normal. So it'll be, I think the weirder part will be going outside of the house and looking back and seeing the footage of me and be like, whoa, I really was being recorded. Like those, that was real. Because it just felt like I was, I wasn't at all being recorded. It's a very weird experience.
I mean, since you were evicted, Jimmy has won the next HOH.
I heard.
How do you feel like that will impact the game?
I think it'll impact the game a lot because, I think Jimmy was a potential target for a lot of people to put up on the block. If I won HOH, I would have put him up in the block. And so I think that'll help his game a lot. I think it'll help Rachel's game because he's very closely aligned with Rachel. He's kind of a super fan of the show. So I think he thought it was really cool that she was in the house. And so I think it'll help the side that I was not on for the most part, to strengthen their numbers. I think Kelly is probably the easiest one to go this week if she's on the block again. But I think it also could put a target on Zach's back, because I think he does look at Zach as a target, and they're not really super aligned as far as the game goes right now. And so it'll be interesting to see how he plays HOH and how that plays out.
How do you feel about Vince at this point? I mean, you took your nomination pretty well considering compared to everyone else. But I mean, why did he nominate you, do you think? And do you think it was a bad move?
I think it was the best move for his game. We were the last two to talk. Like everyone had chatted with everybody in the house, and then all of a sudden I look over, I'm like, I see Vinny, and I'm like, I don't think I've met you yet, bro. Like what's your name? And then we adapt to there, we meet a little bit. But then as soon as he won HOH, I was like, well, I'm obviously in the chopping block. Like just because we didn't have that connection, it's not like we didn't have a good connection. It's not like we don't like each other. We actually ended up being in an alliance together. He's somebody I wanted to work with long term, and I was trying to use that nomination to my advantage. That if I stay in the game, instead of being butthurt about getting nominated week one, I'm like, okay, I'm going to take myself off the block. And that way, if I stay in long term, I can use this instead of a negative interaction, negative relationship with Vinny. I can use it as a positive thing. No one's going to suspect it. And, I can use that moving forward to my advantage. And so that's the way I was trying to play it. I think it was the right move for his game, unfortunately. But it's just kind of the way that it happened. It wasn't like either of us meant for that to happen, but it just kind of like, I don't know. We just the other sides of the house when we first walked in, and we didn't have that connection. I think as soon as he became HOH, a lot of people were trying to butter him up. Oh, can I get you food? Can I get you this? That's not how I am. I'm a genuine person. I'm not going to do that to you if you're HOH if I wouldn't do it to you when you're not HOH. And so I treated him the exact same way, and he said that he respected that, and it's something that he would want to work with long term, a person like me instead of a kind of a faker person. But obviously it didn't work out for me because I got evicted week one. But I think if I would have stayed in that game, then Vinny and I would have been pretty tight the whole time.
So you wouldn't have gone for revenge?
Not at all. Nope. I already told him straight to his face I wasn't planning on putting up, and I was gonna stick to that. And I wanted to use it to my advantage. I think he's a straight shooter. I think he's a great guy to have on my side. And so I wanted to work with him instead of work against him.
Who would you have put on the block? You mentioned Jimmy. Who are your other two picks?
Definitely Rachel. Jimmy, I hadn't decided for sure the third one, but it would be someone that voted against me. But somebody that I felt like was more aligned with Rachel because she was my main target at the time. So if Amy didn't go home, potentially Amy. It could have potentially been. I kind of had a little deal with Ashley, but I didn't know how it was going to go. So potentially Ashley if she didn't follow through with her end of the deal. And so I don't know. There were a couple different people that were potentials, but I just told everybody pretty straight up. If you vote to evict me, you're in the pool of people. If I win HOH next week, it just makes the most sense for my game. It's nothing personal at all, but it's just the way to get the least blood on my hands.
And how's Keanu doing in there? I mean, that man talks to everyone a mile a minute, anyone within his radius. It's kind of entertaining to watch. And you sort of had a mixed relationship, it feels like, with him. What are your thoughts on Keanu's game?
As a person, I love Keanu. His gameplay is a little bit sloppy. He's going around. He's he's stirring the pot a little bit too much. He at one point he said he was trying to create a 10-person alliance, but nobody really even knew they were in the alliance. The alliance didn't even sit down together. And so that was something really weird. And so I think a lot of people are gunning for Keanu. I don't think he's gonna last super long in the game. I think a lot of people wanted to vote me out because they thought I was more aligned with Keanu than I actually was. But at the same time, I needed Keanu's vote that week, and so I couldn't go around saying no, I'm not aligned with Keanu because then it hurts my odds because then that'll come back to him, and then he'll vote to evict me. And so I was in a kind of a little bit of a pickle in that situation with Keanu because I actually loved him. I wanted to work with him for the time being, but kind of work with him at an arm's length because some of the things he said I didn't fully trust him. I think he was kind of trying to play both sides. And I didn't fully trust his vote until the end. Obviously when things blew up with Rachel a little bit, then I did trust his vote. But up until that point, I didn't fully trust his vote. I thought he might flip. And so And so it was hard to tell. But he was somebody I wanted to work with for the time being, but maybe not long term. But I do think people are going to go after him because he is trying to play both sides of the game right now.
You'll be invited back for the finale. Who do you want to see walk through that door with the confetti falling on them?
Honestly, just for the personal aspect, I would love to see Reilly win it. I don't think he like if I had to make a wager, I wouldn't put my money on Reilly winning it. But I would love to see him winning because I feel like it really changed his life. And I think he's a great, wholesome dude, and I would love to see. I think that 750,000 would. There's nobody else in that house that would benefit more than Reilly.
Okay, so that is what Zae had to say after being eliminated from the house. What was your big takeaway from that interview?
He talks fast.
He does talk.
I mean, it's a lot to take in. It was a 10-minute interview, and I think there's a lot that can be said in 10 minutes when you talk at that speed. But I mean, it was interesting. I think one of the things we noted is how do you not know who Rachel Reilly is when you're on Big Brother?
That made me mad. It's like he's obviously not a fan of the show. Maybe he was recruited by producers, but still, he did not do his homework. He should have looked at a Big Brother winners list and seen who these former winners were at a minimum, and Rachel would have been on that list.
He would have at least known who she was. He said he had no idea, which is crazy.
Like, if you go into the Big Brother house, you need to know who Rachel is, Dr. Will, Derek, Nicole, like these famous people, you should at least know who they are.
And I also found fascinating just discussing Zach's meltdown to Zae's leaving the house. I mean, it's just insane to me that someone is crying so hard as if there's been a death in the family.
Yeah.
But I guess it's interesting. It's like a pressure cooker for relationships. You don't have any phones. You're together 24/7. So I guess these bonds are deeper than I give them credit for. I'm just a very cynical person.
I know. It's like, I've known you for 10 years probably. I wouldn't cry if you left.
No, get it together. Like, I'll see you in like a couple months.
So Zae left the house, which means there are 16 people left in the running for the 750,000. That's still a lot of people.
It is.
And so the HOH challenge, we all saw it on Sunday's episode. It was in the dark. There was a lot of other like special powers up for grabs as well. But do you want to talk about who wins HOH?
Yeah, I mean, Jimmy wins HOH, spoiler. And I think it was sort of an anticlimactic event in some way. I feel like the rewards were more fun to see play out in the dark. And then Ava, what a hot mess. She's scared of the dark. She couldn't do anything.
She just sat there. Poor Ava.
I don't know what to think of her yet. Like, I don't know if I love her or if I'm annoyed by her, but I'm definitely, interested in watching her continue this journey.
She's definitely an original. And I love that there's a lot of memes and GIFs of her already, just looking at the camera, being awkward. I love when she was like, I guess the veto meeting's over in that first week. That was really funny. But yeah, she didn't win anything. But
no.
Who did? We had Mickey win.
Mickey has the power to overthrow an HOH, which is huge. They do get to interview everyone to see if they can figure it out. And she told only Morgan. So only Morgan at this point. But we know how these secrets go. Word travels fast, so we'll see if they can stick to that. But if there was ever a scenario now, I feel like she should tell Morgan to act suspicious. So the HOH will guess that Morgan is the one. So then they'll vote for Morgan and then Mickey will get away with it. But
I think Mickey made a mistake by not telling Jimmy, because Jimmy, Morgan, and Mickey are in this triple threat alliance. It's supposed to be the three of them. And she only tells one person and not both. And especially when the other guy is the HOH and he's threatening to put people on Block City.
I just don't think Jimmy's long for this house. And maybe she's starting to feel that too. I mean, he has such a target on his back. He rubs people the wrong way. So maybe she's hoping she will last beyond him. But I think it has to happen before jury, right?
Yeah.
So if she continues not telling him, he will be pissed.
He will.
When he finds out.
Because she eventually is going to use it.
Yeah.
Okay, who else has a power?
Kelly has the power to change the veto noms, which, I mean, she better start now because she is one. For this, Kelly's in that position now where she's going to be on the block every week.
And she doesn't really seem to care either.
No, I mean, she sort of offered herself again. And they're always that happens in a season early on if someone just keeps going up and up and up. But sometimes you can just keep riding that until actual threats emerge. So we'll see. I mean, she could go home early or she could just get dragged to the end, depending on how long this goes on.
Remember last season, Angela went up on the block every single week, practically, or she won HOH. She was either HOH or on the block. And people kept using their vetoes on her. That was such a great moment.
But Taylor Hale also, I think 6 times on the block, and she ended up winning. So there is, things can change. I mean, it all depends on the house dynamic. And then Keanu won the veto help from a veto powerhouse from the past. And then we found out in the live feeds that turned out to be Casey Clark. So
season 20 winner, an iconic games player. She has been on how many seasons of the challenge? Like 5 or 6 seasons.
She won the challenge. So
she knows what she's doing.
She's a good competitor. And she was successful. She won the veto for Keanu, and now he is safe for the week.
Yep.
Pissing a lot of people off.
Yeah.
And now Jimmy's scrambling, and Keanu was his target. He made it well known that he was his target. He made a huge production of it. He said the toilet was jealous of all the shit coming out of Keanu's mouth. And now what's he going to do? He put Adrian on the block as a pawn.
Who's Adrian? This guy Adrian. Where did he come from? He's the guy that was fighting with the laundry machine. Like, he has no screen time.
He was.
And then this poor Catherine girl has no screen time. Like, if I was them, I'd be so mad that all these other characters all around me are getting all this camera time and I'm not.
If I was Adrian, I'd be mad that I was a pawn. Like, there's a blockbuster. There's no guarantee that the target will not go home. So if I'm a pawn, that means I'm a target. I'm expendable. Like, he should have fought a little harder on that, because if Jimmy nominated me as a pawn, Jimmy would be dead to me immediately.
Yeah, Adrian really didn't try to get himself off, and neither did Kelly. And it's so funny because Kelly went to Jimmy, told Jimmy the truth about her power, and before that, Jimmy was saying to everybody, if you know who has the power, you need to tell me, because if someone's lying, they're going on Block City. Well, she came and told him the truth, and she went up on Block City anyway.
Yeah.
So I guess if you lie or if you tell the truth, it doesn't matter.
If I hear Block City one more time from Jimmy, I was about to lose it. I can't with the Block City, but I like Jimmy in the game because he adds like this bit of chaos, and I like that he is protecting Rachel, and I just want Rachel to stick around for a little while. But he is really trying a little too hard to be the villain. It's like it just doesn't come across as genuine. It just comes across as obnoxious.
Yeah, some people, like, they just have a natural villainous about them, and I feel like he's trying way too hard to be the villain. He's trying too hard to get some camera time, I think.
What do you think about Reilly's rogue vote?
I love it.
Do you think he's going to be discovered?
I don't think so. I think the people that he's working with now, it's like Jimmy and basically all the girls except Kelly. I feel like they're going to have his back. They had that conversation in the little pantry room where it was, I think, Rachel. And she's like, oh, yeah, we're not going to tell anyone. I hope she's being honest. Rachel tends to lie.
Someone's going to tell someone when they need to. But it might just be too late. Because then Keanu went on a full campaign to smear Will's name. Poor Will, who barely gets any attention on the camera either.
I know. It's like the Burger Boys had this huge, pact. And they had this strong alliance from early on, and all of a sudden, this rogue vote caused the Burger Boys to just get smashed up, and they're not together anymore, basically.
I'm curious what Reilly's strategy is. I mean, I think at first I was like, this is stupid, but now I'm kind of like, this could be smart of him, actually. If he just wants to go with the girls, like, eventually, like, they'll say they'll, like, pick Reilly off, but someone will get mad at someone. He can sneak by. Like, this could be he looks like a winner to me. Like, Reilly, I could see potentially winning this entire season now at this point.
Interesting. And maybe we'll see more of Reilly and Catherine. They have a little showmance brewing.
Yeah, I think that might be one-sided. Until she really needs his help.
Right.
That might become the case.
So I think Jimmy did make a mistake by putting one target on the block and 2 pawns, because like if that one target comes off, what's he gonna do? He's only got pawns there now, so that is gonna happen. Keanu's gonna come off the block. Who do you think he's gonna?
Who is the replacement nominee?
We don't know yet. Oh, They just updated it.
Okay, who is it? So this is breaking news.
Breaking news.
So the nominees now, Adrian, Kelly, and Amy.
oh,
So Jimmy
he put up his own alliance members.
betrayed Amy and Rachel by putting up Amy.
So is he not in a real alliance with them, or is he just making sure someone goes home?
I don't know. This is like, we're finding out live right now.
Okay, this is just really stupid strategy. We're gonna have to really dig into the feeds after this, because he basically put up 3 people that he's supposedly working with and saved this other group of bros. Like, I guess he doesn't want the bros coming after him.
Yeah, like last week, week 1, he was all about going after the bros, and now he has all this opportunity to, and he's not doing it.
Is he working with Zach, I wonder?
This will be good.
Yeah, I guess, I mean, it's going to get juicy. I'm fine with those 3, though, because they're not making any waves. I would love for Kelly to go home, but I believe she can just take her... Well, she has to win a competition to get herself off the block.
Right. So she has to win like a solo veto comp, which, remember that one season where the lady had to build a puzzle? It was the easiest puzzle in the world, and she couldn't do it.
Yeah. I feel like Kelly is, like, gullible enough to just be told, oh, like, we're not going to vote for you, so you don't have to use it this week. Just save your power for next week.
Mm-mm.
And she'll be like, okay. Like, I feel like she doesn't care. She doesn't mind being on the block. She says she's playing a different kind of game.
She doesn't know what she's doing.
I saw in the live feeds where Kelly was like, oh, should I just throw the BB Blockbuster? And Vince was like, no, why would you throw that?
She doesn't know what she's doing.
I mean, she might win the Viva Blockbuster again if she's up against Adrian and Amy. Poor Amy.
I mean, if Jimmy is going to go after that group, why not go after Rachel?
Maybe he wants Rachel to himself, and Rachel's definitely a bigger target to keep with him. So if he gets rid of Amy, he makes Rachel more dependent on him and keeps her as a shield, because he's already, like, so toxic.
Well, this is exciting. We had some live information come in as we're recording. So, yeah, the Big Brother will air Wednesday night. It's the 90-minute episode. Do you like these 90 minutes?
I mean, I actually do. I think it works for Big Brother. I'm glad that not every episode is 90 minutes, but I like that they're able to show the competition and then a little bit more of the feeds, because, I mean, they're in there for days and then they have to edit it down. I've noticed watching the feeds that, like, the editing changes a lot of the perception of the viewer. I mean, for the first week, Keanu was by far the biggest disaster in the house, and if you don't watch any of the live feeds, you might not wonder why everyone is saying that all of a sudden. You might be like, why is everyone coming after Keanu? And it's like, well, if you watched the live feeds, I mean, he's like farting everywhere. He never stops talking.
Poor guy.
Yeah.
So, and then Thursday will be the eviction episode. Who is your pick to go home? Adrian, Amy, or Kelly? I'm going to say Adrian. Why not?
That would be really disappointing for me. I'm going to go with Amy. I don't know why. I don't know if... Are people after Adrian? I feel like Amy's still a shot at Rachel. I don't know where Adrian's alliances lie.
Yeah, Adrian's such a non-entity 2 weeks in. Amy, on the other hand, she's had, a lot of different storylines on the show already. And I could see the house going against Amy just as a shot against Rachel.
There could potentially... I don't know how the competition's going to work or if Kelly's going to use her power, but I think there could potentially then be even another person on the block that we don't know about yet.
I mean, that could happen.
If Kelly pulls herself off, he would have had to have nominated 5 people this week, which I would make him do if I was her.
I mean, I guess we'll see. I mean, By the time you see this
podcast, there will have been so many storylines in the house that we didn't cover. So, I mean, stay tuned.
TBD.